Pokemon Nuzlocke, a way to make this baby game slightly harder. Or at least that's what I thought, because apparently I suck at Pokemon, which is crazy because I thought my journey was going to be a couple thousand A presses and bada bing bada boom. First Nuzlocke cleared, 0 difficulty. But no, this journey taught me I have poor foresight and decision making skills, but whatever. Here's the rules if you've been living under a rock. And let's begin the tale of my first Pokemon Nuzlocke. So, starting the game, you are greeted by a very close-minded tree that claims to be a professor. Doesn't even give you the option to choose whether you're a boy or a girl. You're just presumed to be a boy. But I digress. The tree shows you what a Pokemon is and asks your name. I'm Tim.
And this fellow over here, claiming to be my grandson? Who's he?
That's Todd. And then you get to pick your starter. Being that this is my first Nuzlocke, I decide to pick Bulbasaur, naming him Vegetable. He slaps the first 2 gyms, so easy choice. And out the gate, Todd counterpicks Agumon and wants to throw hands, and I immediately hand him this out. Your Majesty, you happen to have dropped this. After dogging on Todd and Amazon delivering Oak his old Paracel, my journey officially began. I pick up some Pokeballs and encounter my first friend, Stuart, the Rattata. And moments after that, I encounter my second friend, Barry B, the Weedle, who poisons Stuart, who dies before the first gym. Yup, not even an hour in, and I already have my first death. I even did everything I can to make it to the Pokemon Center, gave him my only potion and everything, but alas, he didn't make it. Well, after that short-lived friendship, I captured 2 more Pokemon, Goku the Pidgey and Butter the Metapod. Since this was my first Nuzlocke, I decided to grind instead of using candies to level up my Pokemon. So, after culling the Weedle population in Viridian Forest for Vegetable to learn Vine Whip, me and Vegetable teach Brock and his lackeys what the power of bondage can really do. After Brock's bondage lesson, I captured 2 more amigos, Jack the Spearow and Kane the Zubat. I also get a great deal from a guy trafficking Magikarp for 500 doll hairs. Knowing his final form, I name him Slifer. Yeah, I know, he's supposed to be red, but this game's in black and white, so who can say? Magikarp can be shiny for all I know. Entering Mount Moon, I, a 10-year-old, make the ingenious decision to take on the mob and stop them from stealing and selling Pokemon for profit. Which I might add is ironic, since seconds ago I bought Slifer over there. So, I decide to throw hands, and what a poor decision that was. I was underleveled and out the gate, Goku gets crit one-shot by the first Rocket Grunt's Raticate. How depressing. Goku couldn't even go Super Saiyan once before getting put in the dirt. Narrowly escaping that dire encounter, it was time for another culling. So, I get that stealing and selling Pokemon, bad, but is me genociding hundreds of Zubat any better? What, 'cause it's for sport instead of profit? That makes me the good guy? Moving on from the ethics of my journey, I take down the mob in Mount Moon and make a crucial decision. Revive Twitch God or Tiny Crab. Psych, I do neither. I've seen Jurassic Park, they both stay dead. I mean, look at Kabutops, that guy ain't a friend. Finally exiting the mountain, I accidentally kill a potential friend and make it to my next bondage lesson with Vegetable. Misty's lesson was short and concise. All her Pokemon one-shot with a barrage of whippings. After Vegetable single-handedly takes down Misty's gym, I get confronted by Todd, claiming to have become stronger. He wasn't. Moving on from that minor inconvenience, I caught Root, the Oddish, before arriving at Bill's house, with Bill doing some questionable acts. Hey man, I get there's no laws against the Pokemon, but have some morals? I swear, it's not what it looks like. Sure. Keep this a secret and I'll give you free cruise tickets. How's that sound? Heading towards Vermilion, I pick up HH the Drowsy. and at this point have decided to start using rare candies. Not because of any moral regrets for the acts of eco-terrorism I've committed against the land of Kanto, but because it was getting boring and just took way too much time. That being said, with the team all drugged up and ready for the upcoming battles at the SS Anne, I take a small detour to Diglett Cave to prepare for Lieutenant Surge. Searching for the common Diglett, Lady Luck wanting to ruin my day had other plans, because instead I encountered the elusive Doug Trio. Level 29 with a 5% encounter rate. Trying to catch this beast, I caused the completely avoidable death of Vegetable. This one hurt, because all I had to do was switch in Slifer, who absolutely walls Doug Trio. But no, I decided to challenge Luck at her games and lost. So, a moment of silence for the fallen Vegetable, who became a vegetable before fully blooming. Eventually, I caught Doug Trio, so Vegetable's death wasn't truly in vain, naming him 3D. Then I realized 3D was too high level to even use in Surge's gym, but that's a problem for later. Making it to the SS Anne, I beeline it to Todd, to crush his dreams once again. But still grieving the loss of Vegetable, my decision-making skills were at an all-time low, and I let Butter fight the Pidgeotto. Butter, putting it to sleep with some non-specific powders. Pidgeotto, with an unexpected high tolerance, wakes up in 2 turns and crit one-shots Butter. I eventually take down the rest of his team, with Kane and Slifer. Becoming numb to loss, I reluctantly give the captain a back rub. Strange, but anything to progress the story. Looking at my team, they get hard countered by Surge's electric Pokemon, so I did the only reasonable strategy. Drugs. Roots having sleep powder and Kane having confused ray, I drug Surge's entire team, and with all of them asleep, Root surgically cuts them up. With 3 badges secured, it's time to give my fallen comrades a proper burial. So I make my way to Lavender Town, and in the tower, paying my respects, Todd, again, fruitlessly challenges me. That one's for Butter. To progress the story, I make my way to the Rocket Hideout to collect some ghost-busting gear, catching Cat the Growlithe on the way. Before I make it to Rocket Hideout though, I make a couple detours. One to the slot machine so I can buy a new friend in Ord, the Dratini, and you'd think I'd burn down Erica's gym with my newly acquired cat, but no, I feed all of Erica's salad-esque Pokemon to Berry B. With all that done, I head to the Rocket Hideout to make some quick work of everyone there with Slifer and HH. Taking the Silph Scope, I head back to Lavender Town to double tap an annoying mother who refuses to stay dead. In the process, I also save Mr. Fuji, capture Hans the Ghastly, and pick up the Pokeflute to wake up a Snorlax to be my friend. His name is Blobby. So, with the team all set and drugged up, I challenge Koga. Being a poison-type gym leader, HH makes quick work of his entire team, until I stupidly decide to switch in Blobby. And in Blobby's first battle, he gets kamikaze by Koga's Weezing. 5th badge acquired, successfully, with some minor inconveniences. My bad, Blobby. Well, no time to dwell on the past. Venturing to Saffron City, I see it's been invaded by Team Rocket grunts. But with HH and Slifer, they are an easy non-threat to my journey. At least, that's what I thought. Because mowing down Team Rocket with just Slifer and HH, it puts them above the level cap. So I had to bench them for Sabrina's gym. Entering the 6th gym, I was a bit overconfident knowing Berry B easily wipes Sabrina's team. Oblivious to my fatal mistake. Initiating the battle, I neglected to check my team order, and open with Cat, and trying to mitigate this problem, immediately switched to Berry B, who gets crit one-shot by Kadabra. And in a panic, I send in Roots to do the old faithful, of drugging the whole team and dancing them to death. But, dancing came at a cost. Confusion. So I switch in Hands for his first battle, and he takes down the Mr. Vine, and brings Venonat to the brink of death. But, is down before delivering the finishing blow. Not to be sacrificed in vain, Roots comes in for the revenge kill, and cuts Venonat down where he stands. And as Alakazam makes his appearance, Roots gives him the powder, but, with a high tolerance, wakes and punishes Roots for not having enough drugs to keep him comatose, and Roots falls. With half the team dead and Alakazam back at full health from recover, Kane comes in to finish the job. Kane confuse rays Alakazam, and with a stroke of luck, Kane is able to leech Alakazam's remaining life, without being touched once. With the battle well fought, and the casualties high, I claim the 6th badge. With my heart dreaded from the loss of Berry B and Roots, I march forward to challenge Blaine, who is ultimately a cakewalk, since I am able to add Slifer back to the team. 7th badge acquired, surfing back to Pallet Town and reflecting on all my fallen comrades, I make it to the gates of the final gym. With a familiar puzzle and the smell of pasta in the air, I confront the mob boss, Giovanni, as the final gym leader. And with Cypher, drown his whole team. With the final badge in hand, I make my way to Victory Road, to be stopped by Todd once again, and he challenged... And it's over. My team's already prepped for the Elite Four. Don't get in my way. Making it through Victory Road, I run into a burning chicken and put it out of its misery, and then approach the steps of the Elite Four. With my team being Slifer, HH, Ord, 3D, Jack, and Kane. Taking down the first of many, Slifer, with the hand of Zeus himself, smites down all of Lorelai's Pokemon. In the next battle with Bruno, Slifer drowned his 2 Onyxes as HH easily manhandles the rest of his team. And for the old hag, 3D opens the earth and reburies her ghosts in Snake, her along with them. Slifer also smites down. On to our final challenge, I bring out Ord for his first big battle, and immediately regret it, as Lance brings out a Gyarados of his own, and Dragon Rages Ord into the yellow, because apparently, Ord can't land a single hit. Whatever. Switching back to the team carry, Slifer, again with the Hand of God, strikes down Lance's Gyarados. Wanting to give Ord a second chance, I bring him back out to cause a blizzard, and he didn't miss once. Ready for my congratulations for beating the final challenge, Lance tells me there's another final challenge ahead of me. It's Todd. Thinking he can actually do something, just like the start of the game, I stomp him with one Pokemon, Slifer, the carry of this whole run. With Todd defeated, I become the champion of Kanto, undefeated. Thinking he's here to congratulate me on my victory, the tree comes back to tell Todd why he sucks, and logs my victory in the Hall of Fame. I also beat up an overgrown fetus, but that's not part of the main quest, so whatever. And that's the conclusion of my first Nuzlocke.